Okay, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a man who knows absolutely nothing. Talk about something. I'm sorry that it took me a couple of days to get this one up. I was with your mum, so sorry about that one. And I also just want to quickly say, as much as it might sound a little bit, it's only one video, but I genuinely was amazed by the fact that the last video I did, the Jordan Henderson video, got up to something like 360 views. Like that's mental to me. And also it got some comments, it got some likes, so I just want to say to anybody that subscribed from that video, or even watched that video, thank you very much, really appreciate it. And it's given me motivation to crack on with some more videos. Let's just get into today's video. C-Dog, Cristiano, my main man. You've had an awful lot to say recently, haven't you? So, folks, if you can't tell, today's topic of conversation is about Cristiano Ronaldo. And many of you may have seen that he's been making a few comments in the press recently, so I kind of wanted to talk about one specifically. So, Ronaldo was recently in the Globe Soccer Awards in Dubai, in which he won, I just thought I'd throw these in there because it's quite interesting, he won the Fans' Favourite Player Awards, fair play. If you've seen his wife, clearly he's a player. Then he also won Best Middle East Player, and he also won the Maradona Award for the Best Goal Scorer of the Year, which I didn't realise he scored 54 goals in the calendar year, in the year just gone, which is fucking insane. Even though he's playing in the Saudi League, he was also, I think he was in the Prem at the start of 2023. Yeah, fair fucks, 39 years old, and he's still outscoring Messi and Haaland and Mbappé and all of those players, so shout out to you, Chris. But we need to talk about the comments you made about the French League, Ligue 1. So, between winning these accolades at the Global Soccer Awards in Dubai, Ronaldo was asked a few questions on stage, one of which was about the standards of the Saudi Pro League. And Ronaldo's response...
The level right now, to be honest, I think the Saudi League is not worse than French League, to be in my opinion. In French League, I think you have 2-3 teams with a good level. In Saudi now, I think it's a more competitive. They can say whatever they want, it's just my opinion, and I played there 1 year, so I know what I'm talking about. But I think right now we are better than French League, so...
Now, obviously, I'm looking way too much into this, and he knows a lot more about football than I do, but I'm a fucking loser, so I wanted to make a video talking about it. I think the first thing to unpack here is it's actually quite difficult to compare the French League with the Saudi League. But Ronaldo may have a point in regards to Ligue 1's competitivity, purely because PSG is such a dominant force in the French League. They win the French League nearly every season. Obviously, throughout the years, we've had teams like Monaco and Lille who have managed to beat them to the title. However, in terms of like a sustained title challenger for PSG, we haven't really seen it too much. I know that Lyon have obviously gone through patches of having very good seasons, and Lille, Monaco. Sure, there are still good teams in there, but in terms of a competitive league title, you could apply this argument still to maybe Prem. You could apply it to all sorts of... Juventus were dominant in Italy for a long time. Bayern obviously now 11 titles in a row, and the French League isn't really that different. Basically, PSG have more money than all the other French teams, so they buy the best players, and like other teams just can't compete because they don't have that resource. That is also an issue, because it means that all these young French players that come through the other teams in the French League want to go to PSG, because that's where they're going to get Champions League football every year. They're going to get trophies. They're going to get a lot of money. I can kind of see Ronaldo's point in that regard. Yeah, there's certainly an element where if you look at the Saudi League, you may have like I haven't looked at the Saudi League table, but I'm assuming that there's like multiple teams that could still win the title. It's not guaranteed who's going to win it. And then also, if you want to delve a little deeper into how competitive the French League is, you can also look at Champions League wins. Marseille is still the only French team to have ever won the European Cup, and that was in 1993. They've had good teams, but it's just obviously they haven't gone all the way. I do find that this argument of the French League being a farmers' league that nobody takes seriously is a little bit ridiculous. The reason that people dismiss the French League so quickly is because it just doesn't have the resources of other leagues to keep its best players. Obviously, PSG are excluded from that because Kylian Mbappé, he's arguably the best player in the world and has been for the last few years, and he stayed at PSG. But when you look at all the other teams, they have great players, but they can't keep hold of these great players. And here are just a few of the players that the French League has produced. So you've got Karim Benzema, who obviously has won a Ballon d'Or. He was Real Madrid's best player for about 2 or 3 years before he went over to El Ittihad. Again, Kylian Mbappé, one of the best players in the world, World Cup winner, PSG's leading goal scorer, and he was obviously developed at Monaco. Then the guy that literally won Bayern Munich the Champions League, Kingsley Coman, came through a French footballing academy at PSG. Then you've got N'Golo Kante, 2 Premier Leagues. You got man of the match in the Champions League final, which Chelsea won against Man City. You got Raphael Varane, who's won the Champions League 4 times, and he started 3 of those 4 finals. And I know that obviously he's not French, but Eden Hazard, where did he come? Lille, and he's one of the best football players the Premier League has ever seen. Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Kamavinga, Rafa Leao, Bernardo Silva, Victor Osimhen, Jeremy Doku are all examples of players who honed their skills or been produced by the French League. And I want to make that differentiation there, because obviously Bernardo Silva wasn't produced in a French footballing academy. He still made his name at Monaco. He still developed his skills. And so when people don't show the French League the respect I think it's due, it does kind of annoy me a little bit, because as much as maybe, like I said, it's not competitive in terms of PSG that win the league every year, that league still produces an insane amount of talent. France have done unbelievable. They got to the World Cup final in 2022, won the World Cup in 2018. They got to the Euros final in 2016, which obviously Portugal won. And a lot of the players that were playing in all those national teams were developed in French footballing academies. People seem to think that these players just pop up and they're worth £100 million. No, they have to be developed and they have to be taught and they have to be nurtured to be able to become great football players. And France and French football academies do a really good job of that. So whilst you can sit there and criticise the French league for maybe not being able to hang on to the best players, it still produces the best players, or arguably the best players, based off international results. World Cup final, World Cup, Euros final. Obviously they didn't do amazingly in the Euros in 2021, but that just goes to show the quality of player that France are producing and these French clubs are producing. Success in football is all about sustainability. How sustainable is the success? The Saudi Pro League has only been buying these players for what, 2 years, maybe a year and a half? So with all due respect, I disagree that the Saudi Pro League is better than Ligue 1. So like I said, I respect Ronaldo's opinion. I think it's completely valid. He's a professional football player. He's one of the best ever, and yeah, his opinion means a lot more than mine, and I understand that it is just his opinion, but in my humble opinion, I really don't think that you can compare the French League to the Saudi League, because again, France have contributed so many players to so many amazing teams, like Champions League winners, World Cup winners, Premier League winners, La Liga winners, Bundesliga winners. You know, France have always had players who have gone on to achieve amazing things. It's just, unfortunately, they don't tend to stay in France because money elsewhere, there's more resource elsewhere, there's more, maybe, I don't know, there's more trophies involved elsewhere. If you play in France and you don't play for PSG, the likelihood is you play there for 10 years, you don't win a league title. That compared to Saudi throwing stupid amounts of money at players who are realistically going there at the end of their careers, it's not comparable at all. But just let me know what you guys think. I think what you'll say is probably that I'm just reading too much into it, and you are 100% correct. But yeah, I'd love to know what your guys' opinions are on the French League. I will try and make another video this week. So I hope you guys have a good day, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.